So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking your 1.5 hours of this weekday afternoon to join us on virtual engagement done right, to understand what virtual engagement is all about, and to learn a tip or two, a trick or two on some things that we may not necessarily know. If these are things that you know, then we just learn together and share together. But if it's something that's new to you, then we can of course learn it together, exploit a little deeper to find out how at the end we can engage with our audience a little deeper with more interactivity, more fun, and of course, to make our sessions, whether it's meetings, whether it's training, whether it's coaching, as some of you are, I'm sure, to make them more memorable. So people will remember your session, people will remember you, and they would look forward to your subsequent sessions. Because I have seen a lot of trainings, even the classes that my kids attend in school, and it's sad to see sometimes that not enough effort is being made by the presenter. Not enough. It's either they don't know how or they don't want to do it. Right. So whichever category you fall into, it's fine. So if you don't know how, you're going to learn how, because that's part of the process. We were all in the same boat at one point when when the lockdown happened mid March. I was in the same boat. I did not even know what Zoom was. Well, I knew what Zoom was, but I did not know how to work the functions that were available. So it took me time to attend programs and attend webinars and paid programs and certifications to learn all of these. And today I'm well equipped to not only use them, but to also share them with others. Being a trainer myself, being a trainer for the past 20 odd years. So today, in the next 1.5 hours, I will be together with a very good friend of mine who is a team building specialist. His name is Jason Kalaichilvam, and I'll be introducing him to you midway, and he will take over that point, and he will show you some activities, some icebreakers, quizzes, and how to basically create engagement and fun and into all your sessions. Now, you may not necessarily use everything we are going to show you today, but try to take what you can and embed that and use that in your sessions, whether it's meetings or trainings. It doesn't have to be only for trainers. It can also be for your meetings with your remote teams and so forth. Right, so what I'm going to do is, if you look at what you're seeing now on your screen, I believe you see my first PowerPoint and you see a video of me. And sometimes we call this the talking head. It might be distracting. You can actually move them around. Yeah, and if it's too big, if the video is too big of the talking head, you can actually kind of make it smaller so that it's still there, but it's not kind of taking up stuff on your slide. And if you want to kind of focus on yourself a bit more, you can actually enlarge that video of yours so that it will appear that you are in focus and not the slide. So these are little things that you can do by sharing your PowerPoint as your virtual background. So I'm going to move myself right at the top right over there, and I'm going to move on to my next slide. And here, just a couple of quick things is to rename yourself so that we know who you are. Type in any questions in the chat. So either me or one of the co-facilitators will engage with you and answer your questions. And we will have a Q&A at the end as well. So you can ask questions aimed towards me or towards Jason, and we'll be very happy to answer those questions. Now, if possible, and because I know some of us may not be in an environment where webcams can be turned on, I perfectly understand that. But if you can, please do turn on your webcams, especially when Jason takes over later, because he'll be showing you some interesting things which may require your webcams to be on. As for your sound, please mute yourself and unmute when you need to ask a question or when you need to speak, so that it's quiet. Yeah. And of course, you can raise your hands if you want to ask a question, or just type your questions in the chat, and let's learn and have fun at the same time. Now, this is virtual engagement. So virtual engagement is about engaging with your participants so that you connect with them, and people learn, people have fun all at the same time. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Just to inform you that the chat is disabled.
Is it? Okay.
Now yes. Thanks.
All right. Okay. Is it working now? Can you just confirm, someone? All right, good. Thanks, Joanna. All right, just a little bit about myself. My name is Davidson Abhishegam. I'm usually called Dave, right? And this is just a little bit about me. I'm not going to go into some of all my certifications, but I think it's just important to note that in this last 8 months or so during this lockdown period, especially, I got certified in the Global Trainers Federation, and I earned a title called Online Master Trainer, which means I've learned about how to get online and use all the various tools and technologies and features on how to interact and also engage with your audience in a much interactive, fun, engaging way, right? So I've also been recently accepted into the Trainers Council for the GTF. And some of my colleagues are here from the VLC. Some of you may have heard of it, which is the Virtual Learncaster certification. I am one of the 18 facilitators that has been certified to also train VLC. I'll talk briefly about it at the end of this webinar. I'm also an e-speaker certified virtual presenter, right? Which means I've undergone a very stringent test to ensure that everything from the technology to the internet speed and connection are up to par with the standards of a trainer, knowing or being familiar with the tools of going online, things like Zoom and stuff like that. Yeah. These are just some of the certifications I've done over the last few years. And one important one to note is also the most loved culture. I like to talk about this because the most loved culture is something new that started in the US, and many companies want to be known as the most loved culture. So I'm a partner and I deliver their programs as well. So our agenda for this afternoon, so that you are clear with what we are going to learn, is I'll start with what is virtual engagement. And then we'll talk about how to create virtual engagement with your audience, right? There's sometimes I do understand that not all programs we're going to use everything we know, but it's good to have an arsenal of things that you have in your toolbox that you can just pull out and use for different situations, for different types of trainings, for different types of meetings that you're going to have. So you have all these tools ready with you, and you understand how to use them, and you can engage those tools at any point that you want. So when we talk about engagement with your audience, we start by talking about creating the right environment. So what is creating the right environment mean? It means that we talk about you understanding as a speaker, as a host, understanding all the functionalities of your video, right? The type of video you're using, whether it's an external one, whether it's a built-in one in your laptops, and also your audio, which is equally important. I'm actually going to do some demonstrations later for video and audio so you get a better picture of what it's like. Then we'll talk briefly about lighting and also how important your background is. Yeah, you can have either a virtual background, or you can just use a nice background in your room or in your office. And then we'll go into voice characteristics, right? The importance of using voice modulation, voice inflection, basically engaging different types of voices when you present. Some of you are familiar with this. You have learned this and you've used this when you learned presentation skills. It's a little bit about that because that is part of creating that environment, the engaging environment, right? And we'll talk briefly about music and the importance of having music before your session for certain activities, while you put them in when you give them activities, and to kill the quietness, right? You may want to play some soft music perhaps. And even when you end your meeting, rather than just saying bye and ending the meeting, you might want to just leave on a music for say 3 minutes while your participants are leaving the room one by one. So this all becomes memorable in the eyes and ears of your participants. And I'd like to also talk about something called postures. Now, postures are basically how and what you can do to set the right mood with your participants. And I'll introduce four postures to you, and you see that on your screen right now: the warrior, the child, the lover, and the emperor. What these are all about, and how you can easily and quickly change your character into one of these four. And your participants will actually their mood would be set based on how your postures are. And then I will hand over the stage to Jason, and he will take you through some activities. He'll talk about the importance of activities, how activities play a huge role in your audience engagement. And we'll talk about no tech activities, which basically doesn't require any technology. You can just use your hands, for example. And then we'll talk about low tech. Low tech means we are using some level of some technology, but it's low tech. For example, your whiteboard, or it could be polling, which is available within Zoom, or it could also be what else do we have? It could be your breakout rooms. Okay, so this will be some examples of low tech. Or it could also be something that you just have, a prop that you have. So this will also be considered low tech. And then, of course, you have the high tech, where your participants need to connect to applications like Miro, or Mural, or Padlet. And there's tons and tons and tons of applications out there which serves so many different purposes. So Jason will not go through all those apps. Of course, we won't have the time for it, but he will use a couple to engage with you and create an activity. I don't know what he has in store for you, but I know it's going to be fun. He's a good friend of mine. I've attended his program even before. And when it comes to team building, when it comes to creating engagement, Jason is one of your go-to guys for that. Yeah, you'll be meeting him in about 30 minutes or so. And at the end, I'll spend maybe 5 minutes or so just to talk about some of the upcoming programs for those who want or will be interested in taking up the program as a whole, to learn up all the nitty-gritty and the details of exactly how this is going to work. All right. So remember, we'll have a couple of programs. You'll see a program there called KTVE, and Jason can also talk a little bit about that. And in fact, KTV is one of Jason's program, and one of his upcoming ones in December, I believe. I will be partnering him in that program, but he's also got one coming up really soon. And we'll talk about VLC as well. I believe some of you have heard of VLC, which is the Virtual Learncaster. I'm one of the facilitators, and there's an upcoming VLC in end of this month. And so the VLC is basically aimed at educators. So if you are a trainer, lecturer, teacher, yeah, a coach, facilitator, that program will be for you. And we'll also have a program called VEDR, which is Virtual Engagement Done Right, where we will deep dive into all the topics that we're talking about today and more, right? And you will actually go into all the details there. We'll end with a Q&A session. And after this program, don't worry if you don't get all the programs we are talking about, because I will email them to you. All right. So let's begin. Now, we are actually going to start by going to Mentimeter. If you have never heard of Mentimeter, it's a website which allows you to do many things, like you can do polls, you can do quizzes, competitions, and so many other things. So if you have your phones with you, right, you can use this in your laptop or your iPads or whatever you're using right now. You can go to this website, which is in your chat right now. All you need to do is to click it, and you will be transported or taken to menti.com. All right. There are three ways. You see the three buttons there, the three numbers in yellow, if you notice. That is one way you can access it. The second way is you can directly go to menti.com and use the code that is in red there, which is 1829634. And the third way, if you're very high tech, you can use your phone and just scan the QR code that you see there, right? So just like how you use your My Sejahtera app, Yeah, just don't go to My Sajatra. Just go to your camera application and scan that code. I can see some of you have already started filling up. The first question is, how old are you? Now, note, when you fill this up, remember, no one's going to know your age, right? Your names don't appear, right? We just want to get a feel of the age group and at the same time test out this tool, right? So I can see from my screen right now, and I'm going to share this right now with you. So I am going to stop my sharing, and I'm going to show the results on the screen. So you should be able to see the results. Can you confirm if you can see it? All right, great. So here you will notice that number 53 and 52, 63, and 30. So all the numbers that are big. In fact, there are many of you with the same age there. Someone actually typed the number as well. Okay, so 60 is currently leading, right? So which means not most of you, there are many of you with the number 60 compared to the others. So it's just an activity to this is a polling in a way, right? Just to get a feel of the age groups in this class. So I can quickly tell that the youngest person is 16, unless you're lying about it. And the oldest in the class today is 63, unless I'm missing out somewhere, right? So this is just an idea for you to notice. And look at the bottom of your screen, the bottom right of the screen that I'm showing. I've actually made it interactive. So which means you can actually click those buttons and actually comment on this slide or even ask a question on this slide, right? If you have a question, I know you can use the chat in Zoom, but this Mentimeter, I've actually allowed you to even ask a question because sometimes I may be showing you something which requires which prompts you to have a question about it. And I can choose to. Someone has asked, how old is Trump? I think it's 70 something, right? And I can mark it as answered once I've answered that question. There are 3 questions. The second, wow, I got a few guys older than me. So I don't know who has said that because and someone just typed test. So you see, I can immediately answer questions pertaining to this slide or the contents of this slide. Now remember, Menti can also be used as a PowerPoint, if you know what I mean. It's not just for polling and quizzes. I can run my entire presentation deck, my presentation slides using Menti. So I don't even need PowerPoint, right? So these are all things that you can venture. How many positive cases for today? I don't know. It's usually released at 5 p.m. or 5:30. All right. So awesome. Okay, there are a lot of questions, so I'm not going to answer all of them. And there's also another button called comments. So just like in Facebook and Instagram, you can make comments. You can also write comments here, which I can either choose to show everyone or I can ignore it. All right. So this is the first question. Now, second question, and this is important because I'm going to use some of the words that you're going to use here or you're going to type here for the next exercise. So the second question is, what words come to mind when you hear of the word engagement? Can you go ahead and fill this? Right, so we hear someone typed marriage, fair enough, but we are talking about audience engagement actually. Right, so we have communication, we have emotions, we have the right communication, we have connection, participation, emotions, responses, people responding, and you can see interaction seems to be the biggest one there, and communicating, connection. So it quickly tells us, all right, that interaction is big. So when you do a session, whether you teach or whether you are doing a meeting, it's imperative that you embed some interactive sessions in your class so your participants and audience get to also be involved. That is one of the key ways they are going to be able to engage, and that is involvement. If you don't have or if you don't plan a session where there's going to be involvement, how do you expect your audience to be involved? The very fact that I'm asking you to type this Mentimeter polls right now is is evident that it is part of an engagement tool, because most of you or many of you are actually typing right now. And that is an engagement or an involvement or an interaction on your part. All right. So I'm not going to go through the questions, and you can see the clear winner here is interaction. Okay. And I have another slide called ask questions. And here you can kind of ask me anything, and all the questions will be on this slide. It's a ask me anything slide. So all your questions that you type in the Mentimeter is going to be there, and I will not miss out. In fact, I don't even need to use your chat in Zoom. I can use this and answer the questions from here. All right. So you can see there are many ways to interact with your participants. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next bit. So now that we understand that interaction is very important, how do we interact? Now, for those of you who missed out my agenda slide earlier, we talked about the video, audio, music, and your environment, your virtual background. These are all, your voice even. These are some of the things that you need to embed into your trainings and your sessions to create this interaction and create this environment that you want for your participants, even music for that matter. So I am going to start with video. Now, we are all very familiar with video. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to share my Zoom screen. Okay, please confirm that you can see yourselves. Just everybody wave and you can see yourself in the share screen. Okay, so it is live. I am sharing my Zoom gallery view right now. So all of you can see what I am seeing or what I have been seeing since we started. So why am I sharing this screen? Because I want to show you where the video is. Now, the first thing is what I want to talk about video is there are two types, actually there are many types, but I want to talk about two types of video. Now, the first one is the video or your webcam that is built into your laptop. Okay, now whether you're using a PC or whether you're using a Macintosh, for some very strange reason, our built-in laptops only have a resolution or pixels of 720p, we call it. So which means even if you have a Macintosh, some of us may think Macintosh is so much more superior, but their webcam quality is the same, 720. And that doesn't give you a very clear look. Now I want you I'm going to spotlight myself so you can see me clearly, everyone, now. Okay, I'm larger. So this is right now me using my secondary external mic. So I'm going to go back to my primary screen right now, and I believe you know this. You click on the video, and if you have more than one video, it will appear here, one camera, sorry. So I have my C922 Logitech Pro. That's what you're seeing now. I'm going to turn or switch to my integrated camera. So this is basically the camera that's built into my laptop. So give it a few seconds. And you should now see my built-in camera. Okay, you can still see me, yes. You can still hear me, yes. But you can see that the quality has somewhat reduced now because it's now 720, as I mentioned earlier. But if I switch back to my Logitech, now you see a resolution called 1080. Okay, so by you appearing clearer, your participants are definitely going to be also more engaged because now they can see you and your background and your environment much clearly. All right. But of course, this also depends on internet speed and bandwidth and all that. So you see the difference, the simple difference your video can make, right? Just your webcam. It's not wrong to use your built-in, but if you want to go for something with a higher quality and you want to have that look and feel, then go for a much higher quality. And nowadays, it's not even that expensive. You can even get some for within 100 ringgit. All right. So I'm moving on right now to audio. Just like you saw video earlier, now you can also go and switch to the different mics that you have. So if you look at my screen right now, I have actually 3 mics built into my not built-in, but available, that's connected to my laptop. I have a boom mic. I have my Logitech, which also comes with a built-in mic. My webcam has a mic in it, and I have my built-in mic in my laptop, which most of you should have. So I'm going to switch now to my built-in mic. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you still hear me? All right. Okay. I just see Shamini. I can see your face. You're nodding. So I take it that everyone can. But do you hear a distinct difference in my voice? Was it different from it was earlier?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Sure. This is the quality that your participants and audience are hearing when you use your built-in mic. It's not bad. It gets the job done. But if you really want to go for impact, then you might want to again invest in a webcam which has a mic that has better quality, or you can buy one of those boom mics. I have one here, and it looks something like this. It's just one type. There's so many different types that you may want to invest in, and this makes a lot of difference. Now I'm going to do a quick demonstration. I am still on my built-in mic. Listen to the quality of music when you hear music being played on a mic. I have a guitar with me, and I'm going to play a song. Now, Jason will sing later. Now, I believe you heard what I played, but the notes that I played were not clearly sent through this particular mic. So you would have heard, every other note only, right? So this is technical. I will not go into that. So that is simply because of my mic. Now, some of you are wondering, what am I going on about? I'm going to switch back to my Logitech camera, which has a built-in mic, and you see my voice has already changed now. Yeah, this is the better quality mic. Now listen to how the music is going to sound, and I'm playing exactly what I played 30 seconds ago. This is what I played earlier, every note. Do you hear a difference? You can actually enjoy every single note, even from a musical instrument. Now, why did I use the guitar? Because the guitar has different waves than your voice. So that's why the musical instruments you play, it doesn't travel very well when you're online. But it can if you use a good mic. So you see the difference, everyone?
Dave, I just want to comment a bit. Yes, definitely the music sounds better in this mic. However, I prefer your voice with the built-in mic. I thought it sounds clearer and I don't know.
Yes.
Easier.
Definitely your voice will also sound clearer, but why I used guitar is to show you that the built-in mic doesn't carry music very well. Yeah, and you saw that evidently with the two options that I showed you. But of course, your voice also makes a lot of difference. Even the distance of your camera to your mouth, and where you are sitting and how far you're sitting makes a difference as well. All right. So, but these mics are good. Even if you're kind of 1 meter away, it still picks up your voice very clearly, right? And your students will enjoy that, and that is part of engagement as well. Right, so I've covered video, I've covered audio. Let's talk about lighting. Now, I want to show you something right now. Okay, firstly, if you look at your video settings, if you're still looking at my PowerPoint, my Zoom chat screen, you can actually go to, let me move that away, to video settings, and I believe you all are very familiar with this. Okay, so here in video settings, Zoom has a new feature which they only made available very recently, and that is you can actually adjust yourself for light. Even though you don't have a light in front of you, you don't have a ring light, or you don't have any kind of light, you can actually increase the intensity of your lighting here. So for those of you who want to use this, you can go ahead and use it. Today, I already have lighting in front of me, and lighting makes a lot of difference. right? Where you face the light, how you face it will actually increase the how you look as well. Not too much of light, but just the right amount. So it's all about trial and error and testing it out. Okay, I'm just very quickly going to show you. My table is in a mess, so I will not embarrass myself by showing you my entire screen, but you can see that I have two lights here in my room, and this is my setup, right? So just to kind of quickly show you that, sorry about that. Okay, so lights do make a difference, and it changes the way you appear and how the clarity and so forth. Yeah, so you can quickly go to video settings and control your light. I'm going to move mine all the way to the lowest as well. All right, so while we are here, right, while we are here, I believe you are also very familiar with your virtual backgrounds. Yeah, I believe. So these are some of the virtual backgrounds you can have. You can download them. There are a lot of free ones that you can use or download from the internet, right? You got this, you got that, right? You can just put in pictures, pictures of your logo, your company name, right? Just a scenery perhaps, and you can even have some with which may look like videos. If you look at this, it's actually a moving picture behind me. Look at these people, they're moving, right? Or if you know, maybe want to have some fun and singing and dancing going on, you can have this. All right, so these are all videos that you can use for your virtual background, and you can download them off the internet. I have a picture of a cat, two cats playing. The last time I showed this, my student said, please get out of the way, Dave, you're blocking the cat. So yeah, let me move away, and and you can see the cat. So these are all some samples that you can download and use to make your background look much more interesting. Now, very quickly, while I'm here, also take note that if you are using a background, a virtual background, you got to make sure you have a green screen. So I'm going to turn off my virtual background just to show you what my real background looks like. That's all. All I have is a green screen on my wall. See? Just a green cloth hanging. You can, find this in your house or buy this off a textile shop, or just purchase it off Lazada or somewhere, one of these shops. Yeah. So the purpose of virtual background is it makes your background look much more interesting and hence creating more engagement. So if you are using a green screen, just make sure at the bottom you choose I have a green screen, right? And that will allow you to create if you don't have a green screen behind you, you'll notice when you do that, your hands will start integrating with your background, and sometimes it goes missing, and you can't even show stuff. You can't show stuff, it goes missing. But it's flawless if you have a green screen. So do consider that. Next is something new as well. At the bottom right, you see this word called studio effects. So studio effects is very useful for men and also ladies. For men, you have the mustache and beard. So you can just choose a different mustache and a color for it and the opacity for it. You can see, okay, I already have a mustache, so you don't really see a difference here. But let's go for, what do you call this, eyebrows. So I choose eyebrows and I increase the opacity. You can see my eyebrows is like really darker now. And just to show you something really different, I pick let's say I pick a purple, and then you'll see that it's really purple. So ladies, if you want to quickly, apply some makeup, you can choose a color, choose the type of your eyebrows and beard for men. And you also have the lip color. So you can pick a color for your lip and increase the opacity. So that's that, or purple, or you can double click and choose any color you want, yellow, for example. I know it's going to look horrible, but just to show you that. So you can apply a light red maybe and lower the opacity, and it will kind of just add a bit of shade or color to your lips or your beard or your mustache. And these are just some things that you can do to, if you have no time to go make yourself up, you can quickly do it here. Lightings and your studio effects, we call it. All right, so these are a few things that you can apply. Well, I've turned them all off, I think, so I'm not wearing any lipstick, I think. Yep. So you can see that just with your video, audio, and your virtual background, and studio effects, you can already kind of create that environment that I was talking about. All right. Any questions so far? And also music, of course. Now, one thing, you can type it in your chats. One thing when it comes to music, I hope I'm still sharing my screen. I've seen some people, they forget to click this. I'm going to quickly show it to you. Now, when you want to share a screen, all right, you click on share button, right? You're familiar with this. All right. Now, when you share a YouTube video or a video on your screen, on your computer, any video on your PC, or you want to share a video from any other software or an application or from your browser, basically it's a video. Do not forget to click on this button at the bottom, share computer sound. If you do not tick this, your participants will not be able to hear the music or the contents of your video. And sometimes, because of bandwidth and all that, if you want your videos to be clearer, you got to select optimize screen sharing for videos or video clips. So when you select that, your participants will experience a much better video quality. But do not forget to turn it off when you're done. Otherwise, it will affect everything else they see, your slides, your PowerPoint, and all that. When you're done sharing, turn it off or remove the tick mark here. And while we are on sharing or screen sharing, I believe you know that you can share screens, share your whiteboard, share any application or window that's open or a browser that's open. And you can also share your PowerPoint as a virtual background, right? And when you click this, it will ask you to open up. Remember when I started, I showed you my little talking head, which you can move around. This is the one. It's under advanced. So this is interesting because you don't have to have two screens. You can work with one screen. You can also share just a portion of your screen by highlighting a portion, and that's all your participants see. They don't see the whole screen. Okay? And you can also share your sound and your music from your computer. Yep. And there's also one more thing. I don't know if you guys have used this before. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can actually share your iPhone contents and your iPad contents. Let's try this out. Okay, I've got to install something.
Dave, we have a question.
Yeah.
They're asking whether all these features are for paid or free version.
No, so far everything I showed you, I believe, is in also the free. It's also in the free version. You just have to ensure that you install the latest version of Zoom. Usually every other week or 2 weeks, they release a new version. You just have to update your Zoom. And remember, having said that, some things may not work like the studio because of if your computer is very old, for instance, or the processor is very old, it will not allow or not support some of these functions. Yeah, so you got to test it out to see. All right, we good with that? All right, so where was I? I wanted to share, right? Okay, so I'm going to share screen right now, and I'm going to share my iPhone. Okay, give me a second because I need to connect to my phone as well. And once I connect with my phone, hopefully you should be able to see my phone being shared on the screen. It's all in beta version. Sometimes it doesn't work so well. Can you guys see? No? Okay, I'm going to try that one more time. If it doesn't work, I will move on. Okay, I'm sharing my iPhone. And I'm going to do the screen mirroring one more time. Sometimes it just doesn't work the first time. It has happened many times before. But it would be nice if it worked. No, doesn't work again. Right, I believe.
No.
Okay, it's not working. Okay, but what would be great about this is when you share, what happens is that the contents of your iPhone just appears on the share screen. So I can now move my phone and click on an application, and everyone will be able to enjoy it. Says reboot your device, so I'm not going to do that. So it obviously didn't work. Hopefully, maybe later we can try that one more time. All right. So this is basically some of the other functions you can use when it comes to sharing, right? It's interesting to know how you can share the various applications and even your iPad screen or a portion of your screen with your audience. So that's about music, and that is about all your video audio. Now I'm going to quickly go into your two things before I pass this time to Jason, and that is your voice and why voice is important. Now, when you present, all of us have our own styles. All of us have our own voices. Some of us are naturally very soft. Some of us are naturally very loud, like me, right? Now, when we speak or when we present, we want to have some variety. So, ensure sometimes you pause for effect. Sometimes you speak fast. Sometimes you speak slow, loud, soft. Change up your tempo, your volume. You stress on certain words, and all this creates engagement with your audience. We all have heard of being monotonous and just having one voice, which can put people to sleep. So you want to captivate and capture your audience with only your voice, on top of everything else that I've already talked about. So your voice, even if you have everything else that I talked about done, and your voice is not captivating, you can lose some of your participants. Now, having said that, I want to take you to the last topic that I want to talk about today before I pass this time to Jason, and that is talking about postures. Now, having different postures, and I don't mean just your body posture only or your sitting posture. I'm talking about being a different character at different points of your presentation. And the four characters I'd like to quickly run through is, and your postures actually help to create a mood in your participants. You're setting a mood, right? So the first posture is called warrior. I mentioned this when we started. So the warrior is just exactly like how a warrior does things. He's very loud. The breathing is very fast. Think of a warrior before going for war. How is he? Right? They're in the zone and they're ready to kill. So that's basically what a warrior is. And sometimes when we are teaching or having our meetings or presentations, we need to go into that warrior mode. Like when we listen to motivational speakers, very often when they go very loud, that is a warrior mode. Now, having said that, the second posture is the child mode. Now you'll hear a lot of the child mode in Jason after this when he comes on. And a child mode is basically being very childlike. So you're jumping and laughing and talking and making jokes, even very childlike. A lot of people are actually very childlike when they do their presentations, which is good. And then you have the lover mode. The lover mode is when you just think of how a lover would be: very soft, very calm, very cool. Even the words when you speak is soft, and of course very slow as well. So that, when done perfectly, creates the mood. Again, when we talk about a motivational speaker, when it comes time for a buy-in, when he's trying to convince you of something, he slows down. His breathing also slows down, right? A lot more pauses. And this creates that mood. And whatever the person is saying, right, we listen with more intent, more intensity as well. And the last one is emperor. So the mode of an emperor is just like an emperor, like you are the ruler of the world, where everyone is just kind of like below you, and you are just ruling, and all you have to do is raise your hand, and people, you gain the respect from your audience, and they're going to listen to you simply because you are the king, you are the emperor. Your voice is also very soft, not loud like the warrior, and you are very commanding but very soft, right? So the idea is, for all of us, we have one primary posture. Like mine, I said, is mostly warrior. Jason, as you will hear later, is mostly child. Find out, ask yourself, ask someone to tell you what is your primary posture. Okay, and what you want to do is switch it up a little bit, switch up between these four, right? So sometimes you're a warrior, sometimes you're a lover, sometimes you are emperor, and sometimes you are a child. And this will create that mix and create that engagement that I was talking about. Right? So that's about postures a little bit. All right, any questions? Okay.
There's a question here, Dave, from Dr. Lai.
Okay, in face-to-face facilitation, research shows that percentage of distribution for body, voice, and word is 55, 38, 7. What is the percentage distribution in virtual learning? Right, very, very good question, because in virtual learning, things change a little bit, because I don't have the exact percentages, but your voice is definitely going to be a very huge aspect, right? So I would put voice characteristics as something that's very high. Now, when it comes to body language, which is 55%, I do agree that, your participants only kind of see you, the top half of you, right? Unless you're standing and, and the video is from a distance. So the only body language they see is going to be your facial expressions, a bit on your hand gestures as well. That's all they're going to see. They're not going to see, your movements so much. So your voice is something that you can rely on. Your postures, the postures we spoke about, which is setting the mood, will also kind of be slightly higher, right? So don't worry so much about just your body language. Worry about your voice intonation, modulation, and that can, especially in online, not every time you have a full screen like this where everyone's looking at a full screen. Sometimes you're just a small talking head, so they don't really read your body language, but your voice they can hear. Especially when they have a headphone on, they can hear your voice very clearly, right? Your talking head is only there to show that you are there. In fact, when I'm doing what I call saging, which you will learn in our VLC class, saging is where it's one way and I talk and I just go on talking and talking and talking for an hour or 2 hours. Now, in those cases, I sometimes turn off my video where you only listen to my voice. So can you imagine how important your voice characteristic is when you do saging? Yeah, like what I'm going to do right now. I turn off my video and all you have is my voice. And every word I say and how I say it, whether it's loud or whether it's soft, is just through my voice. Okay, so many times this is how you're going to be in some webinars or some trainings. Not all the time you're going to have your videos on. Yeah, so it all depends on whether you're a teacher or a trainer, lecturer, facilitator. Different times call for different modes, whether video on, video off, and so forth. I hope that answered your question, Dr. Lai. I'm going to change my view to gallery view, and my sharing has stopped, I believe. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm so happy and proud to introduce a good friend of mine, a virtual team builder, right? Many people thought during the pandemic that doing team building is impossible. It's impossible because it's team building. You need to be around people. But Jason Kalaiselvam has defied that fact, and he has conducted numerous sessions of team building during this last 8-10 months that we have been in this lockdown, right? So Jason, everyone, please meet Jason Kalaiselvam.
Hey everyone, I really need your cooperation. Most of us are trainers, we are speakers, okay? We used to have the crowds, physical crowds, and we hear all the noise and people are talking. Here, we are just hearing, as speakers, we are just hearing our own voice. It can be very stressful. I believe that you understand where I'm coming from. So can you do me a favor? Please unmute yourself and create some noise. Come on, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hi,
Jason.
Jason.
Fire.
Are you walking on fire?
Yes, I am.
His backside on fire.
Woo. Okay, all right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure meeting all of you online, visually, virtually. Okay, guys, I tell you what. Some of you have attended our programs, okay, on key to virtual engagement, okay, and you can be the teacher, when I do some of the activities, okay, you can guide and help those who need help, okay? So yeah, first thing first, okay, let's form teams. Who's the host? Davidson, you are the host, so need your help to form, how many teams? 6 teams. I need 6 teams, okay? So, you know, normally when I conduct team building programs, the real face-to-face physical team building program, we used to have team cheer, right? Okay, so now we can still have team cheer virtually, all right? So we are going to do team cheer, and these are some instruction for you guys to form a team, okay? In your respective team, you are required to come up with team cheer, okay? Number 1, team name.
Okay.
Team name. Number 2, after you form your team and having a team name, rename yourself, okay? Change your name to your team's name, all right? Then choose the same virtual background, okay? So whether you want to be on fire or whatever virtual background, you have to decide. Everyone have to have the same virtual background, okay? And finally, decide on your team cheer. So all those who are not in the, unable to switch on your video, try your level best. If you really can't, I understand, okay, no worries. So you guys have to come out with a team cheer as a team. Can you guys do that? Can you unmute yourself and respond?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll give you only 10 minutes. Usually in my session, I only give 8 minutes, but because of bigger groups, okay, I'll allow you to take 10 minutes.
Wait, how you can
Does it sound?
Okay, there's a lesson to learn. When the host unmute all, you muted me. Okay, so be careful. The host cannot unmute all. Okay, you will host the speaker. Can you guys hear me? Good. Any questions? Please unmute yourself and ask me. Otherwise, we are going to the team. Within 10 minutes. We are going to come up with 3 aspects. Okay, team name, virtual background, and team cheer. Any questions? Nope. Good. See you guys in 10 minutes. Bye. Have fun.
Right, you lead.
The powers that you have as a leader, you can always assign a speaker. Okay? Right. So we just need someone to lead so that we can get things done fast. Can, Sharifah?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Go ahead, leader.
Jason said the leader can speak speaker. So let me pick. No lah, let's not pinpoint. We are left with, I think, 6 minutes.
Okay.
7 minutes,
Name.
6 minutes.
I don't have the glasses.
This verb is come out.
It's in the presetting, Sajid.
Yeah, I removed it last time.
So where do we
You
go?
removed it.
How do I get this?
Okay, fine. Well, do you have
That's why
that?
you need to just Google, go and Google free virtual background, and then you can save it on your desktop, and then I'll.
Yeah.
Okay, does everybody have the San Francisco Bridge? In the virtual background set by Zoom, does everybody have the San Francisco Bridge?
Yep.
Okay.
San
Then
Francisco Bridge.
Okay. Okay. The last team. This is that team. Aurora. Woo! Come on, guys.
Okay, ready?
Your best shot.
Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Ra!
Aurora.
Aurora! Lambat ah.
Likas.
Ada practice.
Okay lah, boleh lah tu. Come on. Give me a big hand. Good job. Well done. You see, within 10 minutes, you guys are very creative. So I want to continue to test your creativities. Okay. So we are going to put you in 5 rooms, right, Miss Lane? 5 or 6? 6 rooms.
6 rooms.
6 rooms. Yeah.
As
Okay.
just now.
So can we put them in according to their team? Who will be helping me with?
Yes, they will be according to their teams.
Excellent. Okay, so you guys will go back to your own respective team, and we are going to upload images. Okay, each team will get 1 image, right? And you please download the file for your respective team only. You can check your chat box now.
How many minutes do they have, Jason?
We give them 5 minutes.
Sorry, what do we have to do? I didn't get.
We are uploading images now, and you are required to download the image. And okay, Miss Lin, are you uploading?
I think the share file feature is disabled.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Host, thank you. So when after you download the file for your respective team only, okay, in your own respective breakout rooms, okay, you are required to come up with an advertisement, okay, and get the other teams buy-in when you are back to the main room. As simple as that. So have an open heart, open mind, let your creativity flow, and make sure that you think out of box and be creative in coming up with the advertisement. Okay?
What are we advertising? Is it related to the picture?
Exactly. Yes. Once you download the picture, you will see the item. Don't worry what item it is. You just be creative. Whatever item that you receive, be creative in presenting it. Okay, create an advertisement. Okay, and get a buy-in once you are back to the main room. Any questions, guys? Is the instruction clear? Oh. Okay, cool. So basically, you need to pitch us the product that was allocated for your team. Okay. Okay, right. So you will be given 5 minutes for discussion. So once you are in the team, you already warm up with one another. So nothing to warm up, okay? Straight go to the point, come up with some pointers. Then you come to the main room, present. See you guys, bye.
Jason, I'm so sorry, but there's a problem with the file uploading.
Okay.
There are no files.
Can we use another approach instead?
We don't have the file. We don't have
You
the
cannot
file.
upload the files, is it?
You don't have the file.
Okay, no worries. Can we share screen? Let's share screen. So you see, guys, sometimes technology will fail you. All right. So you always need to have plan A, plan B, plan C. All right. So plan B, we just show them the image and we'll tell them.
Agency plan, yeah?
Yep. First team, second team, what are the images? Okay. So you don't need to worry about you knowing other team members, other teams, what I call it, images. No worries about that. Share screen, please. Okay. All right. So the first team, the team that would love to laugh, that made all of us laugh, will take the first item right on the left top corner, the green color item.
What's that?
Okay, you guys go and figure out. It can be anything. Doesn't matter what's the item for, but you have to be creative enough coming up with a advertisement, the pitch, okay, for us to get the buy-in. Okay, the second thing, okay, the dirty one.
The underwear, man.
Okay, the dirty one. What? The colorful, what do you call it? Underwear? Okay, up to you lah. Okay, be creative lah. Okay. Okay, okay, for the dirty team, they will take that item. Okay, the third team, okay, try grass, right? Okay, you take the one that, the black color, the sharp stuff, okay? And then the fourth team, ocean, you take the one like, look like a leg, okay? Pair of legs, okay? And then Diwali, right? The next one is Diwali, right? Diwali will be taking the, yeah, the yellow color.
Donut.
Donuts, the donut. Okay, and then the last team, okay, Team Aurora will be taking the one right on the right-hand side bottom corner. Are you guys clear? Okay. So based on this item, you need to be creative in coming up with your pitch. Just 5 minutes, we'll bring you back. Okay, you just get one person represent your team to present it. See you guys. Bye. Lynn, David, can you hear me?
Yes, Jason.
Yeah, wondering why cannot upload just now.
I don't know. I'm not sure why. Because the feature is active, and I also just transferred the host to Lane, and apparently still doesn't work.
What it says, Lane?
I just can't. I can't even. I click the file icon. I can't even access to my own desktop or anything at all. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Sometimes things happen. Okay. I'm trying to rush. Once they are back, so a quick presentation, and then we have until what time? Yeah, 4:30. Yeah.
Yeah, around 4:30.
Okay, so 5 minutes. Okay. So Lynn, that means now not sure whether they have taken picture of the item or not. Yeah.
Actually, just now I saw a lot of them took out their phone and took pictures, so I think should be fine.
So when they come back later, can you show the item one by one rather than put all together?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. So you put the item, and then after their presentation, you showed the name of the item and also just the name of the item. Can or not? The name will appear.
I won't be showing the name, but I will show the actual usage of the item.
Boleh.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. David? David, you there?
Yes, hi, Lane.
Hey, David, should I pass you back the host or should I make you a co-host or something?
Am I not I'm not even a co-host.
That's why. I'll make you a co-host now.
I don't think your imagination is the limit.
I don't think
I
you
think
can flip
it's
it.
not because you just have to be like this, so you can't go like this. So
It can't go down, yes. It'll be very straight.
So the name is multi-purpose accessory and protector. Who's the presenter? Can somebody present, please?
You, Rosanna.
No,
Yes,
I'm not.
Rosanna.
One of you should do it.
Come on. And then you can pull up your hair and say that it can be used for your
I think Joara should do it, since he came up with the name.
Who is Joara?
Where's Joara?
Who's Joara?
Joara doesn't put his video.
Oh, okay.
Joara.
Yeah, Joara, we nominated you.
Yeah, no, my connection is choppy.
Oh.
So that's the reason why I didn't put on my video.
Okay.
It would be better if someone with a better connection.
I think one of you guys should take up the mantle. It doesn't have to be me. Shamini did the first one.
Yes. Irene now.
Okay, guys, what are we supposed to say? Because what we have discussed is, we are saying what are the users. So we are supposed to come up with an
promote this to the other team. Yes.
You're pitching it. So the name is a multi-purpose accessory and protector. That's the name of the product. And then you have to pitch it. So you have to say what it can do, what people can use it for.
Okay, wait, multi-purpose accessory and protector.
Yeah.
And protector.
Yeah.
Yes.
So accessory would be the
Ponytail,
headband,
hairband, sleeves, ponytail band.
Hairband, ponytail.
Okay.
Maybe here, then you can see. If let's say here, then you give you some missing images.
Who are we having problem with? Are you having problem with your girlfriend, boyfriend, your wife, your husband, your friends? Use staple gun. Okay. Use staple gun to shoot them.
So violent. Okay, can bring them back.
I just broadcast, ask them to wrap up. You give them another few more seconds, then I'll close all the rooms.
Okay. Song, Lin, song. Welcome back, guys. I can see all the smiling faces here. Can't hear, too soft. The music is too soft. I need energy.
I put some Diwali music lah.
Together, ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, is everyone here?
Yay.
Okay, excellent. Okay, let's start with laughing hyenas. Yep.
Okay, team, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the absolutely weird thing that you gave us to sell is actually a magic magic catcher. Okay. All right.
Wow.
So, what it does is miracles. All right, team. Ask me. What can it do?
What can it catch?
It can catch a frog. What
like
can it
frog.
do? Tell me.
Can it
Ask
catch
me.
anything that I want?
Oh yes, everything that your heart desires. Would you like to catch a prince? Yeah, catch a prince, catch a frog.
Can it catch coronavirus?
Can it catch a man?
Coronavirus? No, we won't catch coronavirus. What we want to do is catch the person with the coronavirus. Okay. Now, if you have issues with your crotch, you're playing hockey and you need to cover it. Okay, please get the magic catcher because it helps you. All right. Now, what else do you want to catch? Tell me. Come on, team, tell me.
Can he catch a naughty husband?
Yes, a naughty husband you will get. So, ladies and gentlemen, get this magic catcher only for $1 USD, and you get 2 for 1. So you buy 1, you get 2. All right.
Not
all right, guys. Enough of selling today. Bye.
Bye. Wow. You guys buy? Just say yes, lah. It's very cheap.
No, actually, just to let you know, we've sold out. Sorry, we've sold out.
Oh, that was my marketing manager. Okay.
Very good marketing strategy.
We'll keep the orders for the next round, but we are sold out. Sorry, guys.
And next round, the price will be more expensive, right?
Yeah, it'll be a bigger magic catcher.
$5 US. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Dirty Dozen.
Yeehaw! Dirty Dozen. So, unlike Group 1, who's here to catch, we are here to protect. Presenting to you, ladies and gentlemen, the 3-in-1 multi-purpose protector and accessory. We are here to protect you because of this pandemic. So you are constantly washing your hands. You need something to protect your sleeves, your work clothes, your long sleeve, so you can wear it on your wrist, and as well as to protect your watch from getting wet. So do not fear. Wash your hands, sanitize your hand as much as you want to. Now, apart from that, the multi-purpose protector is also an accessory. You can use it as your headband, headgear, as a visor, so that you don't get the sunstroke or heat stroke. And for some of us who I don't have, I mean, if you tie your hair, you can use it as a sort of like a ponytail for decoration, because it's also an accessory. Okay, guys, I mean, what more do you want? It comes in 3 different attractive colors: red, blue, and yellow, I think.
Yes.
Buy 1, free 2. So 3 for the price of marketing exec didn't tell me how much.
Okay, $5 US.
How much? $5 US. Okay, $5 US. Cheap. That's it.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay lah. You still have stock or not?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have ample stock.
A lot, ample stock.
Okay, I think I know why no one is buying. Okay, never mind. I buy one from you lah.
Yeah. You want to wash your hands or not? You want to wash your hands?
Buying.
Buying, huh? Okay, you got buyer already. Okay, all right, good.
Okay.
Next group. Who's the next group? Trigrass?
Yeah, Trigrass here.
Okay, Trigrass.
Yeah, so attention to all the ladies and pretty ladies and elegant ladies out there. So this is
not fair.
This is either for you. But for the guys, you can also take note, because this is something that you can buy for your husband, for your wife or your girlfriend. Yeah, so this is our multi-purpose Trigrass tiger claws, the black tiger's claws. Yeah, so what it is for? So it's for protection. So when you walk outside, although now it's CMCO, but when we walk outside, maybe some danger is behind you, that follow you, or enemy that's facing you. So this is the tiger claws that you can punch in at their face and they will get injured. Second is for your health. So how it will be used? So you can, if you're happening to have headache because you are stuck in the home with your husband that is not doing the house chore, and you have your migraine. So it's the tiger claws that you can acupuncture it to your head and relieve and relax. And it's for your family usage also. The third one is in your kitchen that you can use. Is that you can punch in your bread dough during CMCO that you do bread. So it's a multi-purpose tiger claws that you can use that made by tree grass. And for a limited time, if you sign up now, you have 3 items that is 3 set that is free. So you quickly sign up now. And after that, every package 3 tiger claws is selling at 33 ringgit 33 cents. Sign up now. Thank you.
Okay, I'm signing up.
Okay, I also want to sign up.
Oh, yeah, good. You got bio already. Good.
Okay, I want to
Okay,
sign up too.
next. All right.
Well done.
Ocean 11.
Yes.
All right, Ocean 11 here. We have pills to you. Are you forgetful? Are you lazy? But you have got to take all the supplements and the pills that you have to take. Well, using your phone, you can just log in, computerize the walking cute little thingy with your pills inside, with your vitamins inside, and it'll just walk to you. So that's it. It costs only 11, not $11, but 11 cents. Just 11 cents. You can put as many pills, as many vitamins that you want. It will walk to you when the time comes. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to refill. It's all there for you, just for you. Pills to you. Now get it, buy it in bulk, give your friends, give your clients, give your customers, and hashtag stay healthy.
Yay!
Okay, 110 of it.
Oh, JJ, good.
Okay, Diwali. We have 2 more things. Come on.
Okay, so introducing the HDM, huge donut maker. Here, we can actually make donuts on the go. Why? Because you don't need oil, don't need anything. You just need that huge donut maker. And how much is it, you ask? It's 4.99 ringgit. And buy 3, you get 6 free. Woo!
Donut. Okay.
Donut. Okay. Team Aurora.
Hold on. Okay. Good afternoon, guys. Are you having problem with your spouse? Are you having problem with your neighbors? Are you having problem with your friends? And you feel like hurting them, but you can't do it. I have a solution for you. Buy our latest product, this taper gun. What you need to do is just aim the taper gun behind the buttocks and shoot. Pia, pia, pia. If you buy now for 10 ringgit, buy 1, free 1. Push the button and get sales. Buy 1, free 1, 10 ringgit. Hi, bye.
Everyone.
Okay, I want to buy. Everything so I want to buy.
You want to buy? Okay.
I definitely want to buy too.
Oh, not bad. You got buyer.
So many people want to hurt people.
Okay, so the first item is avocado cuber. All right, the second item is
avocado. Oh my God.
Okay, the second item is buff head. Okay, the third one is meat shredder.
Hey, you're right.
Meat shredder, and then we have salad servers, corn peeler, and egg cracker. Pala, you all. Okay, good job. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. Wow, this is good. You see, guys, the team formation is an essential part in any team building program, okay, be it face-to-face or virtual, all right? And if you notice, as a participant, when you are in a discussion, when you guys build things together, discuss, you're actually building rapport and aligning the team in the same direction, right? Okay, so once the breakout session is done, instantly you felt like you belong in a team. Yes, no?
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Right. So that's the power of having this sort of activities in your training. Okay. So I mean, please lah, don't come and tell me online training is boring. Online training have to be one way, lecturing, and people are just sitting down and listening to you. What is interaction is all about? What is engaging is all about? This is called interaction. This is called engaging. Did I introduce myself? No. Do I need to tell you what programs I do? Donate. You know, sometimes when you are good, people will come and look for you. Right, guys? So as a trainer, most of you are trainer, I believe, okay? So you need to know where to focus on. Create the engagement, create the participation. When the participants engage, when they involve, they feel that the sense of the team spirit is there. You see, we still have 49 people, even though it's already 4:40. We're supposed to end at 4:30, right? So because of the team spirit, you guys are still around. Thank you so much. Let me hand over back to the host. Dave, back to you.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
Let's give a quick round of applause for Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you,
Jason.
Right, guys, we're just going to take another couple of minutes. I just want to show you something before we end our session for today. Usually in all my webinars, I don't market any programs because I want it to be all about sharing and about learning as well. But some people have asked me about if there's a program for it, and I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to show you this. The virtual engagement done right program covers all of these, what we have covered today, and lots more. It's a 4-day program, 2 hours per day. And I'll send you the information in an email after this. I will not take up much time. We cover things to do with LMS and icebreakers and a lot of other things that you see on the slide right now. Right? So I'll be conducting this with Jason on the 23rd, 24th until 26th of November. We're giving an introductory price of only 300 ringgit. Now, for those of you who asked me earlier, some of you private chatted me about the VLC, which is the Virtual Learncaster program for educators. I'm also doing one beginning the 23rd of November. The actual class starts on the 30th of November. The first week is just engagement or pre-engagement, where you'll be doing some pre-course tasks and all that. But the actual online class starts on the 30th. So I'll send this to you in an email as well. Yeah, so I will not talk more about this. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with me or with Jason, please take a screenshot of this page, or you can scan this QR code, and you can get in touch with me, and I can get you in touch with Jason. But Jason's number is also there, so screenshot would probably be better for now. Yeah, so all my social handles are here, and you can get in touch with us if you have any questions or if you require this for your department, for your teams, or for your company. So with that, maybe we'll take a question or two. Jason will also be here to answer them before we end. You can unmute yourselves now, and if you have a question, please shoot. All right, so once we send you an email, you can interact with us and you can ask us your questions there also. So we've taken about 15 minutes longer than scheduled. So thank you all very much for this time. I hope you have learned something that has benefited you in one way or the other. Do keep in touch. I hope today has benefited you, and it was a good learning experience. So thank you all very much, and see you soon.
Thank you, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
everybody. Thank you very much, Dave. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks, Jason. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jason.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy Deepavali, everybody.
Yeah, happy Deepavali to all.
Happy Deepavali to all.
I need to get some
Jay, it's
more
nice
food.
meeting you, JJ. Jay.
Same here, same here. All the best, ladies.
Bonded already,
Can we be in touch? I mean,
Yeah, that's it.
Look
Thank
at
you,
the
thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks,
Welcome.
Dave. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting all of you. Bye.
Right. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to buy the dream catcher.
Avocado, huh?
Avocado. Oh my god. It was an avocado thingy.
Lay down your arms. Oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be glad, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. We were out on a date in my daddy's car. We had
This is too painful to watch. This is too painful.
Take me to the place I used to run. Remember the house where I was born. But baby, you don't know me. But baby, you don't know. I'll show you all the stars I used to hide. No one ever seemed to realize. But baby, you will know me.
Do you have any questions?